My brother-in-law runs the Thai and business partner and friend runs the Medicare division for Impact with my father. And they had a LOA shop, about 5 agents. Um, and he used to stay up overnight, one night a month, the entire night, would sleep at the office just to do commission accounting
Oh, poor guy.
once a month. And then
Yeah.
I told him about you guys. He's like, "Are you freaking kidding me?" Yeah.
Yeah, we don't do that here.
Yes. Thankfully, yeah, you don't have to, and once he starts working with you, he doesn't have to either, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, yeah,
Right.
yeah. What is up? Welcome back to the CA Power Player Podcast. I'm your host, Cody Askins, and today I am extremely excited for this interview, and here is why. Before I bring her in, I have been searching high and low for years. I've been in this industry my entire life. My dad's been in the business 35 years. I'm in the business since I was 19 as an intern, right? I'm now 34. And I have always been looking for, and the one question I get that I've never had an answer for is, Cody, I need a commission tracking software or a commission accounting firm that can track commissions to help me pay all of my agents or downlines or LOAs, or I have a call center or whatever. I have a one check system. I receive money and then I pay my people, and I don't know how to track this. And so I'm excited today to release a brand new partnership that we're just unveiling right now, by the way. And we're already getting people asking about it, which is awesome. We have found APL Inc., which stands for Agent Production Library. They are the best in industry. Been doing it a very long time and are working with some very large companies. I don't know if we're allowed to say that, like specific companies, but man, some very large companies that they're already helping, which is really cool. And I am interviewing not the founder, Jay Sue, who is amazing, but today I'm interviewing really a business veteran who's been around for over 20 years, VP of operations, and pretty much knows everything, gets to tell Jay what to do. Please welcome Alison Sosa. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. Joining us from, I think you said Arlington, Texas, right?
Arlington, Texas. Yes.
I love it. That's very cool. Go Cowboys. How did you, before we get into some specifics, because I'm enamored by what y'all do and how impressive it is. I've also heard amazing testimonials from a couple of people that I know that have already used you. It was so funny. Here's a crazy example, and then I'm going to ask some questions about Jay. I want to kind of get to know your how y'all got to know each other and all that. But I was talking to some guy the other day, and I was like, dude, who do you do for your commission accounting? And he's like, well, we do some of this type of stuff. And I'm like, I need to introduce you to this guy that's been doing it forever, and he's freaking amazing at it. And he's like, oh, you're talking about Jay Sue. I'm like, you already know who it is. I'm like, how cool is that? That literally happened last week, right? Which
Oh,
is so
wow.
cool.
He's famous.
Yes, exactly. For what y'all do, you are for those that need it. But I would say there's still a lot of companies that don't have a clue,
Yeah.
like here's an example, and I'm kind of curious of your thoughts on this or how often you hear this kind of stuff. My brother-in-law runs the Thai and business partner and friend runs the Medicare division for Impact with my father. And they had a LOA shop, about 5 agents. And he used to stay up overnight, one night a month, the entire night, would sleep at the office just to do commission accounting
Oh, poor guy.
once a month. And then
Yeah.
I told him about you guys. He's like, "Are you freaking kidding me?" Yeah.
Yeah, we don't do that here.
Yes. Thankfully, yeah, you don't have to, and once he starts working with you, he doesn't have to either, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, yeah,
Right.
yeah. What's it been like working with Jay and APL for the last couple decades?
It's been great. I kind of just happened upon the position, and it just turned out to be a great fit. And
That's awesome.
so yeah, it's been great.
It's cool. What's Jay like as a business owner?
Jay is very smart for one.
I
Very
noticed
smart.
that very quickly. Yes.
Yeah, yeah. Obviously, I mean, he created the whole system way back in the day. But yeah, very smart, very intuitive, so easy to work for.
It's cool.
Um, yeah, and just funny. Obviously, you've had chats with him, so
Yeah,
funny. It's really been a great experience for me for yeah almost 20 years now. So
that's amazing. Well, that also speaks to how great of a job you do, your loyalty, character, all those things. Like, finding someone as impressive and talented as you to stay involved in the company for a couple decades is, I don't know if it just isn't in the water nowadays or it just isn't like, is it, people aren't built the same or what, you know what
yeah,
I mean? Yeah.
yes, I do know what you mean for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah. Yeah. It's interesting, but you clearly do a good job. What did you think about what the company did when you first came aboard?
Well, I had no knowledge of what the company did when I first came aboard. To be honest with you, a temp agency sent me to Jay,
Okay, cool.
and so I didn't know what I was walking into. And basically, he put a statement in front of me and asked me to interpret it. I still didn't know what I was looking at because I had no background in the insurance industry. But I guess I answered kind of right. So he gave me the job, and he taught me how it all works. I didn't, like I
Cool.
said, I didn't have any knowledge of how that this industry even existed really. So
Yes. Yes. Yes.
it
Yep.
was all very interesting, and it took me a little bit, to learn all the ins and outs. But that's why I'm still here today, because it's always changing. You know, from year to year, nothing is ever the same. So
Yeah. 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 True. Um, Well, and here's what, like, so I'm kind of asking you this, like, who is APL meant to serve and help, and who is APL not really necessarily a good fit for?
okay, well, um, meant to serve and help anybody who runs an insurance agency on a one check system from their carriers. That's our primary client.
Also, for those that don't know what a one check system is.
Okay, so that's you have a group of agents that write for specific carriers, and that one carrier, say Aetna, provides one check for all of your agents to that agency. And we would take that one check via the statement that's provided with the check and distribute that out according to your agents.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense. Yeah, because and there is a lot. There's a bunch of agencies that operate on a one check system where all the commissions are paid to the agency, and they got to figure out how the heck do I pay all these people. I've seen literally entire, this is gonna make Jay probably, like, he's backstage hanging out and watching. It's probably gonna make him like vomit. Um, I've seen complete floors of people committed to commissions because they didn't know something like this exists.
Oh, wow.
Crazy. I'm
That
talking.
is crazy.
I've seen I've seen people track commissions on an Excel spreadsheet.
Yeah.
Like, just craziness, man. Like, it's wild.
Yeah, that's rough.
So that's what y'all are meant for. Someone who
Mhm.
has agents that they need to pay.
Right.
Okay, and you're
Right.
tracking all that for them and letting them know exactly who. And are you tracking it and saying pay this person this much and this person this, but you're not actually physically paying. You're just
That's correct. We just provide the numbers.
got it,
Yeah.
understood.
Now we can also perform the function that sends the money from one account
Mm,
to another account, but it doesn't come through our accounts. We're just
understood.
performing a function. But yeah,
Understood. That's good. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah,
That's yeah. You're serving a purpose. Obviously, none of the commissions are flowing through your company. No
right.
carriers are paying you guys anyway. You're just simply helping make sure money gets into the right hands, and that the owner, agency, manager, et cetera, doesn't have to spend hours or an entire night or days
Yes,
doing this on their own. Yeah,
yes,
yeah.
yeah.
Because time is valuable when it comes to.
Absolutely. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, running a business. Who is this not for?
Well, I'm reluctant to answer that because Jay might yell at me because I
Because
would
you,
say it's not for anybody who doesn't pay in a hierarchy. Like, if you don't have some kind of hierarchy system, that is the primary function of APL, is that it's designed to calculate the commission out to all the levels in the hierarchy. So if you don't pay in
yeah,
that kind of structure, then APL is not for you.
got it, got it.
Hopefully
Yep.
he's not cringing.
Yeah, yeah. No, no, that makes sense. Yeah. Okay. He said not for PNC agencies as well. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. That makes sense. That makes sense. So all life and health related, um, which makes perfect sense. I think some of the bigger names that he's dropped, like these huge companies and call centers that I know that I'm not sure if we can share, but like, man, I was impressed. I'm like, wow, I didn't realize you guys helped them. That's amazing. Um, yeah, I would say also too, who it's not for too is like, it's not for I mean, it's not for a one man show that just wants to see if the commissions are paying them, the carriers are paying them correctly. It's not for that
That's true.
because
That
they have
is
nobody to pay.
true.
Yeah,
Right. Right.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I remember that from our first call actually. Okay, so also we talked about this before, but I was really curious about this too. There's a lot of agents that and agencies that assume that carriers make mistakes and pay them incorrectly.
Hmm.
What's your thoughts on that, and how does APL possibly help with that, or not?
So APL, what we do is we get your statement, but prior to that, we've already been told by the agency the commission they expect to receive. So we know when we calculate commission on each policy what the expected commission should be, and if it's not the expected commission, then we're able to flag that.
Mm,
And then of course let the client know that, hey, we were expecting your commission to be this on this policy, and that's not what you received.
yeah,
And we do that. We do a really good job of doing that, but we can only flag what we know to be received and what
that,
we know to be accurate.
yeah, that makes a good point because you're not involved in what carriers they choose to write with. You're not involved in the contracting. You're not involved in the negotiation. You're not involved in you know what their commission percentage is. You're just told, here's our carriers, here's our commission percentage, here's what we should get paid, and if anything is different, please flag it. How often has that happened where
A
you
lot.
where
It
you
happens a lot.
flag?
Yes,
Wow.
it happens a lot.
So they can almost like pay for the relationship for a lot of these agencies that are paying agents. Not only is it a huge time saver, but they can, if they're getting paid incorrectly, they could almost pay for some of the relationship because of the just the flagging and the actual tracking that happens.
Right. Right.
That's cool, huh?
Yeah.
I've always wondered, like, it's kind of because agents and agencies are listening, and if you guys, as you listen and watch this later, jump in comments and let us know what you're thinking about this. A lot of agencies assume that they're being paid incorrectly, but they have no way to check or verify it. Now, you're not here to check carriers. You're here to help them pay their agents and track commissions for that. However, when you're doing that, you'll flag it if it looks incorrect.
That's
Yeah,
correct. Hmm.
yeah.
Yeah.
What's the specifics around how this works? So is it a bunch of people? Is it a software? Is it combination? Like how do y'all perform your function?
So yes, it is software. And we do have a team of account managers that are assigned to individual clients. Most of them are assigned to multiple clients. And, that we get a schedule of when commission needs to be paid, and we work to that schedule. And that's how it works
Yeah.
using the APL software.
Yeah, it's cool. But it makes sense too. Yeah. And I had a guy recently that was really bragging on you guys. Like he's been working with you for a minute, and what's crazy is he spent a year. Another agency. This is a cool testimonial for y'all. He spent a year and about 40 grand trying another company that supposedly did this, and it was a disaster.
Oh
It
dear.
didn't it didn't go well. He found Jay and APL, and he absolutely loves you guys, and he loves you so much that he's actually the one that connected Jay and I, which is really, really cool. Yeah,
Oh, good.
really, really cool.
Yeah, that's great.
Shows how good of a job you guys do. I think that the is there anything I'm missing in regards to what y'all do that you would like to share? Is there anything I forgot to ask? Anything I haven't shared or talked about on specifics? There is one thing
Probably,
that,
but not that I can think of.
well, there is one thing that you could probably speak. You can definitely speak to better than me. You have full service
Yes.
and you have self managed,
Yes.
which obviously it's so much easier for you guys to just do it than somebody else to like try to run the software on their own. Speak to that. How many clients are like just doing full service? How many are doing, self manage? Actually, I think I talked to somebody the other day that actually is doing self manage. Jay obviously is very reluctant to like let someone do it on their own naturally, but the software's there for, which is cool.
Yeah, so it's about a 50-50 split on the full service and the self-managed. One of really the benefits of the full service is you don't have to ever worry about an employee leaving and leaving you stranded with not knowing how to pay commission, because there will always be somebody here at APL that can then process your commission. So a
Mm,
lot of times clients will try to start out as self-managed, and we get them all trained up and ready to go, and they're moving along, and that one person that we trained and has been processing their commission for years and years decides to leave, and now nobody in the office knows how to process commission. So
mm.
that's an advantage to the full service aspect of what we do, is that will never happen.
Yeah, that is the beauty of full service. And you're right. A lot of companies in general are so reliant on people, which is great. But if that's the only person knows how to do something, and then they're not there, that can be really detrimental to the business. And the good thing is you guys know what you're doing, it
Yes.
and it works, and you can just plug and play, and you can do it for less, in most cases, less than the cost of a high end team member or employee.
Sure. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, yeah, which is cool. If they want to learn more,
Hmm.
and they want to reach out to you guys, and they're like, hey, I would like to speak to you and Jay. I'm interested. I have a company, I have an agency that has a one check system. What should I do, or where should I go? Where should we send them?
Yeah, so we do have an 800 number, and we also have the website that you can also just go and kind of play around with, get some information from there. But I can, you want me to
Please, please,
out
yeah,
the 800 number?
yep,
It's 800-889-9354. And then the website is www.aplplus.com.
perfect. That is amazing, Allison. I love that we have found y'all because I'm so excited with this partnership and relationship. Thank you so much for your time.
Absolutely.
Thanks for giving 20 amazing years to this, Jay, and this awesome company so that we can help all these agencies around the world. Thank you for all you're doing, and thank you for being on the Power Player podcast. You guys are
Thank you
amazing.
for having me. Appreciate
Yeah.
it.
Thank you so much, Kay. Also, thank you guys for hanging with us and listening. If you've enjoyed today, let us know in comments below. Tag us on social. Definitely go to aplplus.com. And I'm going to add one more thing really quick. If you aren't the agency owner that is paying the agents, but you know an agency that is doing this, or you're a part of a company that is doing this currently, I'm telling you, they need APL Inc. They just do. So make sure you point them to this interview, make sure you tell them about them, and make sure you introduce them to Jay and Allison at aplplus.com. Thanks for hanging out with us. Thanks for listening to the Power Player podcast. We will see you on the next episode.